The most precious gift the divine has given me in this life is my now 6-year-old kitty-san Sasha. And I'm sure every parent feels this way about their baby. But it's not only coming from how I feel about him, but also this belief was able to withstand the test of time and space. And I'll tell you exactly what I mean here. He came to me through a girlfriend who's also obsessed with kitties. And I instantly knew that he was the one. I was so excited to do all kinds of stuff with him. So I taught him to walk on the leash and got him his first harness. And a year later, we were in Tennessee on a mountain trip. We rented this wooden cabin, and the cabins were a little bit far apart. One night, we went on a walk, and as we were coming back, it was already around 10 p.m. So imagine you're in the mountains surrounded by forest from all sides, and it's pitch dark at that point. And there was a person approaching, and Sasha saw a dark silhouette and got spooked, got out of the harness and took off into the dark forest. I lost it. I didn't know what to do. And I just came back to the cabin, and there's this wooden swing outside with one light bulb like this. So I sat there on the swing and I recentered myself. I connected to his soul and asked him to come back to mommy. 15 minutes later, I heard his little bell in the bushes and he came back and jumped into my lap. But that was not all. 6 months later, I was seeing someone at that time. They had a big house in the residential area in the north. I came over for weekends, and because we had to work on one of his projects next day in Miami, I brought both my kitties. At that time, Sasha had a friend. And I brought them both to stay with me over the weekend at his house. In the morning when we took off in his car, we spent a really long day. It was more than 8 hours in Miami. So when we got back, it was already around 9 p.m. And as we were driving right in, he's realizing he forgot to push the clicker for the garage door to close. So the door was up for 8 hours and obviously the kitties were gone. And it's a huge, wide residential area. Only houses, and the roads are winding like this. So full of houses, full of little turns and little lakes artificially made, and the fountains. You just can get lost as a human there, let alone as a cat. So I was all kinds of emotion all at once. I told him, you better pray, because otherwise you better pray we find them. So I had to walk around and scream his name, and his friend, we found him pretty fast in the bushes a couple of streets over next to the house. But Sasha was nowhere to be found. So at that point, I was sad and mad and everything. I was bawling. And I did the same thing. I remembered that worked last time. So I got back to the house, sat on the front porch, and just called in his soul and asked him to come back to mommy. And you guys, as I did that, we were a little bit on the hill, this house, 2 streets over. I could see something moving in the bushes, and then I just got up and I was screaming his name. I was like, Sasha, Sasha, and he came like this, running like a horse. He came running and he jumped into my lap, and from that moment I just knew that we would always find a way back to one another.